Right, this is the kitchen. Perfectly good little kitchen. Sliding door access. I would guess that's about wide enough for a wheelchair to go through there, through that door threshold. It's level door threshold, obviously. Very minimal changing level, won't affect a wheelchair. But what's interesting about this is not a kitchen designed for a wheelchair user. Now I don't know, presumably this flat was fitted out so that the carer could do the cooking and things like that. But obviously that isn't the situation that lots of disabled people find themselves in. You've got similar sorts of problems. For example, you want to open the window. You see again, it's a ground floor flat, a big window, a handle there which somebody who was in a wheelchair wouldn't reach. Lots of people wouldn't reach, in fact. Unfortunately, the windowsills are, obviously it's an adaptation, so the windowsill relationship is not good. And then you can't just have, in these places you do get a condensation problem. It's a recurring theme. In the bathroom, we didn't look at the wash basin, but in lots of places you can have them so that the height can be adjusted. Lots of fittings to be adjusted. Now under here you would expect, or you would, for a wheelchair user, where that washing machine is, you'd need to have a space underneath there so the wheelchair user can get underneath that worktop, because obviously their knees are underneath. When you're working here, your arms are back here, and you can't reach anything. And obviously the height of the worktop, all these need to be flexible. Now again, I don't suppose, again the hob, that's okay at that level, that's good, you can slide stuff on and off. But there's the oven down there, the oven at that level, that's potentially dangerous for somebody, a wheelchair user, because they've got to lift stuff out and they find something hot in their hand and there's nowhere immediately to put it, and they can finish up very badly burned. You need higher level hobs, high level ovens to be able to slide stuff onto levels. But of course, in a kitchen like this, it has to serve people who have disabilities and people who haven't got disabilities. So it's an awful difficult compromise to have a section where a disabled person can have cutaway, lower level units, and the non-disabled person can be able to use it comfortably. And obviously, space is a luxury. Now these wall units, for example, somebody in a wheelchair wouldn't be able to use these very well. Be dangerous to try and lift stuff down. You can get elevating wheelchairs that rise up, you can get them, but of course they all cost money. And of course you can't get sufficient storage, all very nice and neat, but you can't get sufficient storage if you don't push stuff up at the higher level. That's a problem. I feel sorry for Andium. They're saying, okay, we provide social housing, but the problem is, how do you provide enough social housing? Because the number of people who are going to require adapted accommodation, bear in mind, sad to say, or good to say, a lot of people used to get badly injured doing all sorts of activities and live normal lives. From an age point of view, they survive. They would die, they'd finish up in an institution. Well, the policy is now for people to live at home as far as possible. So you've got to be able to cater for yourself. Again, I don't know where the extract fan is for cooking. I don't see much evidence of an extract fan in here. That's essential. You've got to have that to take in any kitchen, never mind disabled person, but I don't see much evidence of it here. Again, these taps are good little, simple to use, easy to use, but they can be difficult to use if you're sitting in a wheelchair. Now, these are the sorts of things. So obviously this kitchen doesn't really go with the bathroom. Now this is my guidebook. This came out years ago. We brought the publishers of this from Gateshead to a conference here of architects, and basically the architects snubbed them. They didn't want to know. Here it shows you how to fit out bathrooms and things. This is the sort of standard. This was done a long time ago. There are better thoughts now on methods. Shower rooms, kitchens, it's all in here. It can be done, But of course it costs money. You see, it does cost money. And this island seems to have limitless money to build a rather perverse hospital which is going up. But as far as adapting homes and readapting homes, that's the problem. It's not just doing them once, it's doing them again to suit somebody. And this is just the social housing sector. It doesn't touch all the private homes in this island, all the private homes. We just haven't got a clue how many homes are adapted and so on. We just don't know how many there are. So this is very interesting. That's unfortunately one of the problems, that when I show during 2018, this is what I'm doing, is I'm embarking on looking at some places which supposedly provide facilities for disabled people. That's what I want to look at, and I hope to do that during 2000. The stuff I put up on the internet, virtually nobody looks at it, because it's a subject which people, there might be 30,000 people directly, indirectly involved, but they're just not interested. And there's nobody champion disability matters, at least certainly not at the same level as they are in Guernsey or trying, and they've got a much more difficult problem in St Peterport than they have in St Helier. But it's a huge problem. But there we are. I'm surprised at this kitchen. Obviously plugs and all those sorts of things, they all need to be accessible. Now that's, you know, it's a lovely, clean, delightful little kitchen, but it wouldn't suit many disabled people, would not be able to use this.